Hello, just a quick outlook, given my thoughts for the week. We have CPI coming out on Tuesday, which will determine how I trade for the rest of the week. We have FOMC the week after. We are seeing a short-term relief bounce here on Euro USD. I'd say dollar bulls are probably taking a little bit of break, see what happens with the news, and then take it from there. Overall, on Euro USD, I am bearish on it. Either we get a little bit more of a bounce. Overall, I still want to be selling this long term, but this week I won't be taking any long term positions. I'll just be day trading. If we take a look at where we come into on the weekly chart, we have hit resistance, so I do not want to take any long positions straight into that. If we look down here, we're in support, so in between here we're sort of range bound. I'll probably be looking at daily highs and lows, let Monday unfold and try and trade that. If we do get a breakout and retest from the other side, then we may see more upside for Euro USD as we see dollar bulls sort of take a break and wait on these news events. If we take a look at Monday's levels and how price has been reacting on Euro USD, it may be a plan for the week ahead just to let Monday unfold and then try and nab a trade that way. If we take a look at Monday's low, you can see price fakes out one side and then get back inside for a nice trade in the opposite direction. Monday's high, nice little fake out and then trade in the opposite direction. We have Monday's high here, we get a raid, move to the downside, and then we get a raid of the next daily high. Once we get below Monday's level again, that is a nice trade to the downside, and then Monday's low, raided, and then moves in the opposite direction. So you can see price repeating this over and over again. Monday's low getting raided and then a nice move to the upside. So maybe that's something that I look at going into the week ahead. Let Monday unfold. Probably won't be taking any trades until after CPI. See how that unfolds. But we'll have Monday's range. Let that work itself out, and then we can trade in line with that afterwards. So I'll probably have an update after CPI on Tuesday. But just looking at higher time frame levels, we are at resistance on the weekly time frame. Well, as you can see, it's very, very bearish overall, and I would really want to be trading in line with that, but it depends how those CPI numbers come out. So looking at pound, we have taken out a major low in the market, hence why we're seeing this bounce. And now that looks like a raid to me, which may see a little bit of relief come into the pound. Overall, very bearish here, but if we see a weakening of the dollar, we could see this coming higher. I do have a few levels where I might look to short again, and it's just basic support could turn to resistance, and then we get a bigger move to the downside again. But overall, I'm sort of sitting on the sidelines waiting for that news, and there's nothing really trade setup wise here that I want to be taken at the moment, but I just want to make you wary that we have rated such a long-term low, and we may see a little bit of a relief bounce, if not maybe a little bit higher. You can see the last time price came down here, we did get a huge reaction here and a huge reaction here. So this is long-term support and something to be wary of if you're looking to sell straight into that. Let's take a look at Aussie dollar. Let's take a look at the daily chart. We do have support here, support here, support here, support here, support here, straight into that. Could this turn over and be resistance? That's what I'll be looking for if we do pick up a dollar strength again. Just looking for that rollover again to come down, take out these lows and maybe even these lows. If you see a daily close, break above and retest from the other side, and then that is the other play on the cards. As I say, sorry for the vagueness of this, but news coming out is what everybody's waiting for. So trying to plan ahead for the week when I have to be more reactionary is sort of hard to do, but you just have to adapt with what price is telling you at the moment. But I do have these key levels on my chart that'll stay on my chart and will dictate what I do for the rest of the week. So if we get a daily close above and we see some sort of Aussie dollar strength coming into the market, then we'll have no problem sort of going long off that. And if we see some weakness, it is a nice area to look for selling opportunities. So it is at a key pivotal level. We just have to wait and see how the news turns out. Let's take a look at Kiwi. We have taken out this swing low, and you know that I do look for swing highs and lows for sort of trade entries. I do like them. You can see here that it does give you a nice little entry, even though if we do roll over to the downside, it is still nice levels to get involved with. So if I was to get short, then the obvious target would be back down to previous support. I do prefer Aussie. It looks a little bit cleaner to the two, but if we start breaking down again, retesting, then we could see another rollover to the downside. Let me just check the weekly time frame. Yeah, there's still plenty of room to go. We do have higher time frame support and resistance there, so we could see a little bit more upside before another move to the downside. Overall, not really an instrument that I've been looking at too much over the while. I've just been sticking to pound and euro as they've been very weak and the dollar been very strong, and just looking to milk those markets. Now, talking about very strong against very weak, we'll go on to dollar yen. Just on a tear. The thing that sort of makes me hesitant of stepping into this market is intervention from the BOJ at any minute, and I don't know what that would look like. And yeah, just makes me uneasy, if anything, like slowly creeping up, and you know, something mad could happen. But overall, if I was to take any trades in this at the moment, if you put a gun to my head, it would be to the upside. We've been on this huge tear, and if we take a look, I'm just looking at previous sort of resistance could turn to support. These are the levels that I look at, just below 140, to get another move to the upside. But approaching these levels here make me very uncomfortable holding any sort of position long term. If I am going to get involved with dollar yen, it'll be short term day trades in and out, probably to the upside. Like I say, we do have that news on Tuesday and then FOMC the following week, so expect price to be a little bit choppy, I would say, going while the market figures out what its next move is. But overall, yeah, it's hard not to be bullish on this at the moment, but just be wary that there may be an intervention coming in there. Let's take a look at, say, dollar Swiss, something I haven't looked at in a while. If we do get some dollar weakness, then we are at a level. I'm just marking out the most recent support and resistance here on dollar Swiss. So support here, resistance and support. We've closed below that. It is on Friday, so it doesn't really mean too much. But if we are going to, you know, get bearish on the dollar, I think this is probably one of the best instruments to maybe roll over to the downside, and something that I will be keeping an eye on. So I'm just keeping an eye on this support and resistance going through the market, and if we do get the little bit of relief coming into these dollar pairs, then dollar Swiss is probably something that I will look at to the downside. We'll let Monday's range unfold and try and get involved that way. So yeah, sorry once again for the vagueness of this outlook, but with this news event coming up, I just think that markets may take a little bit of a breather before deciding what to do next. And that's why we're probably seeing a little bit of strength coming into Bitcoin. Got a few levels marked out. We are coming into an area of resistance to be wary of. We also have, you know, this structure going through the market, support. This is an area where, you know, are we going to get a pullback? Then we have support here, or a break and retest is the only way I would probably get long Bitcoin. So just mark out these highs, mark out this structure. A break probably be a continuation for me, but I am wary that we are coming into an area of resistance, and maybe some downside to this previous level is a play that I would like to do. You can see we've had this strong push. We could have a pullback before the next push anyway, so overall I don't want to be getting involved with longs at the moment, as we've already had such a strong push. I would rather wait for a pullback. So something you can see here, strong push to the downside, a little bit of a pullback before getting involved again. You can see here, strong push. I would rather wait for a little bit of a pullback. You can see strong push, pullback, strong push, pullback. So something like that. I don't want to be getting in at this price to get long Bitcoin anyway, and it may just shoot up from here, but the way I trade, I'd rather wait for a pullback. And if I'm going to get long, then this level here, previous support, is something that I could look at to get involved with if I'm going to get long this. But overall, I am bullish on the dollar, and we are getting a little bit of a breather now, which may get a little relief to Bitcoin. As I say, I'll just let Monday unfold, see what the news is like on Tuesday, and then look to get involved. Let's take a look at Ethereum, and that'll do us for the week. Like I say, I'll have an update after Tuesday's news anyway. On the daily time frame, support, support, resistance, resistance. We've got a daily close above. I was looking for this, a little bit of a raid to see if we could get some downside, but it's just kept going up. So any pullback into previous support is an area where I'll be looking to trade. When I say I'm looking at this area to sort of get trade ideas about, it doesn't mean I'm going to long or short that area. This is an area where I'll just go down and wait for price action to dictate what it wants to do, and then I will try and get involved with the trade that way. So could we come down, retest this and go higher? Yes, possibly, but we could also come back down, retest from the underside, and then that will be resistance in my eyes. So all depends on this level whether I want to be trading or not, and once we come back into that, then I will go down into the lower time frames and try and frame a trade idea. We are moving to the upside in a minute. We may see a little bit of relief coming into the dollar, or a little bit of a slowing down of dollar bullishness. So if we get a pullback into there, that'll break a structure. I have no problems going long that. But if we see the dollar pick up again, then I have a plan for that. Break this structure, break back below higher time frame support, could turn to resistance, and then we could see more downside. So as I say, a little bit vague at the moment, but I am sitting on the sidelines and I am coming up with plans for both sides of the market. So you have to just adapt with what the market is giving you and not really marry one side at the moment, even though I have been married to the dollar bullishness. But you can see fundamentally and technically it just made sense. And yeah, we're seeing a little bit of relief now, so I'm sitting on the sidelines and waiting to make my next move. So hopefully this made some sense to you, but I just thought I'd come on and share my ramblings. I will have another update if you check the website after Tuesday, probably Tuesday evening. So I'm wishing you a profitable week, and have a nice rest of your weekend.